Thanks, everybody. It's really good to be with you. Two men walk into a bar. Wait a minute. Two men walk out of a bar, both with syringes full of whiskey. One guy squirts his into his mouth, the other one squirts his onto the ground. He knows that you can't drink on the job.
Oh.
They both jump in the car and speed off. Let me fill you in. A year earlier, I was offered a job at the Coca-Cola Company as a trade examiner, traveling around the country full-time, all expenses paid, doing research, and I said yes. After all, I had never been west of Alabama. The company was working hard to ensure that the courts would not classify the brand Coke as a generic word with a small c. Bayer lost theirs trademark for aspirin. It had happened to Escalator, Laundromat, and also Zipper became generic in 1930 with a small z. The stakes couldn't be higher for the Coca-Cola Company. Word would come in that a business was substituting something other than Coke when people actually ordered Coke. That's when they sent in a trade examiner. It worked this way. We would go into a location, order some food and a glass of Coke, and when it was served, we'd discreetly pour it into a sealable container. That night, we'd prepare the samples for shipping back to the company lab for them to determine if it was indeed the real thing. 15 of us were trade examiners, and we called ourselves Coke spies.
Oh.
My partner and I got sent to Montana. The first business was the Grizzly Bar in Roscoe on the edge of the Sawtooth Mountains. We entered separately. I sat at the bar counter, and to the bartender, a cowboy bartender, I kid you not, I said, "I'll have a shot of Jack Daniels and a glass of Coke on the side, no ice." Of course, his name was Jake.
Oh.
Have I mentioned that I was gay and I had a thing for cowboys? Actually, I still do, or still am and still do. I've never met a real one. I was out as a gay boy, but certainly not in Montana. After serving me, Jake went to help another customer. So I took the glass of cola, poured it into my Ziploc bag, sealed it, and put it into my pocket. For Jake, he was simply chatting with a customer on a slow night. For me, there were three things going on. I was there to do my job, to retrieve the cola and somehow dispose of the whiskey. Then there was the live conversation I was having with Jake. Thirdly, the thoughts in my brain were going something like, could he be gay? After 3 shots of Jack Daniels, maybe he could be. And that bulging zipper is certainly concealing the real thing. My job was to secretly collect a brown sticky substance, not a white sticky substance later that evening. Whoa, William, stop it. Concentrate. So the minute Jake turned away again, my ear syringe took care of that whiskey. When he returned, the shot glass was empty. My syringe was in my pocket, upside down and full. I wanted to stay at that bar stool all night. Instead, I said goodnight to Jake, walked out. My partner did too. Outside, he squirted his syringe of whiskey into his mouth. I squirted mine onto the ground.
Oh, no!
What the fuck? That night, I typed my report, including physical attributes of the server. I typed something like, to the bartender, self-identified as Jake, approximately 5 feet 8 inches tall, medium build, black hair, tight ass, definitely marriage material. Actually didn't type those last 2 lines. I fondly recall those days as a Coke spy traveling around the country, in particular that one wet night in Montana when a cowboy and a Coke spy had a brief, unforgettable encounter. I'm sure Jake doesn't remember, but I do like it was yesterday, 43 years ago. And God bless him, it's still Coke with a capital C.